Yo, 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 what's up, man? It's Fly Roadside Guy checking in one time for the one. You know how we do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you new. Get this set up properly, yeah. So, today, man, we're going to make this video for real about can you trust your broker or your dispatcher if they ain't never driven over the road? I mean, can you, could you, and should you trust your dispatcher or your broker if they ain't never driven over the road, had a CDL, or nothing? Should you trust them? My short answer would be yeah, you should trust them. Can you trust them? That's going to depend, man. But I would like to say yes, you can. The short answer to the question is yes, you should be able to trust your dispatcher and your broker if they've never driven over the road. Um, Everybody don't have to drive trucks. Everybody don't want to go over the road. Hell, I didn't really want to drive trucks to go over the road when I started trucking. But go figure, here I am, damn near 10 years later with my CDL, still trucking. So all my truckers out there, keep trucking, you know what I mean? But for the brokers and the dispatcher, if they've never driven over the road or driven a truck, as long as they're a good communicator, man, I think you should be able to trust them. Um, Now, some of them are some dummies, for real. Some of them are some dummies. But, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. If you do have a problem with your dispatcher, maybe try to reach out to the logistics coordinator and switch dispatchers. Trust me, I've done it. I've done it with truck movers, and I've done it with Quality at one point. But shout out to the dispatchers at Quality and truck movers. I mean, I know they just trying to get the loads out there and do the best that they can do. So shout out to them. I did have one dude that was a former trucker. He was one of my best dispatchers at Quality Drive Away when I was driving for them transporting trucks. He was great communicator. So yeah, I have had some dispatchers who have not driven trucks before, never been over the road, and they was awesome communicators. And I try to be a good communicator myself. I will try to let them know, hey, this is what I'm saying. Um, you know, if it don't make sense, it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That's what I was really trying to say. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know what I mean? Um, Sometimes I'll sit my goddamn truck down and be like, nah, you feel me? Shit don't be worth it. Especially when you driving dump trucks, man. I mean, every job you go out that motherfucking joint and you just be crossing your fingers hoping that you just, make it back where you can park your truck and ain't gotta worry about a tow. And that's probably for all drivers for real over the road. It don't matter. You always hoping and praying that you don't break down. Um, but needless to say, man, you know, anybody can get in the logistics. So if you don't want to drive a truck and you want to be part of the trucking industry and you want to decide you want to be a broker, I mean, go for it. Why not? Who am I to tell you you shouldn't be a broker or a dispatcher? But like I say, the moral of the story is I think you can trust them. Now, it's all about your relationship with your broker, your dispatcher. Um, if they ain't never been on the jobs or if they ain't never driven trucks, sometimes it might be hard to deal with them because they don't know what you're going through. Um, as a company driver, you kind of really at the mercy of your broker or your dispatcher. I mean, they gonna send you wherever the load need to get delivered to. But as an owner operator, um, you can somewhat negotiate. I mean, if you're working for a company that does not um, do forced dispatch, then yeah, I mean, like I say, you can kind of, work through those relationships and try to get to an even kill where you and your dispatcher or broker are on the same page. Like I got a broker that I work with now, um, and for the most part, she knows how I like to run, the areas I typically like to be in, but not for much, she has her own truck. You feel me? So she knows the business. You know what I mean? She's able to, you know, get us extra money when it's necessary or required. If it's a job that's a little bit unusual, you let her know, hey, this money ain't adding up. This ain't right. You know what I mean? And she'll tend to try to help you out. and make do. Some of these brokers, some of these dispatchers, you gotta hunt them down. I ain't gonna say dispatchers, but some of these brokers, I mean, you gotta hunt them down when it's time to get paid. That's the part I do hate about dealing with brokers, because some of these brokers be broken. You know, and it's all a business, man. I don't want to tell brokers what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing, but one thing they shouldn't be doing is holding on to your goddamn money. You feel me? Like, brokers should not be holding on to your money. You know what I'm saying? But can you trust them? Sure. Why not? I mean, like I say, hopefully you get a smart one. Hopefully you get a dispatcher or broker that's a great communicator. And you know, whether they got experience over the road or not, you're going to want to try to trust them, man. And then until that point where you can no longer trust them and you feel like you're just getting, you know, effed over, then it's time to pivot and time to make a switch. But if you like what I'm saying, you like this information, share this video, like and subscribe to the Fly Roadside Guy. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to run over to my other channel, man. Here's the Trucking Truth, where we're going to spit nothing but the trucking truth, along with, you know, with the information that I'm sharing for y'all. So like and subscribe. It's the Fly Roadside.
Them tune out, man. You been let me know. Them tune out, man. You been let me know.